We're rolling. The Paul J. Show. Yeah. There you go, Buddy Morrow, and Never on a Sunday on KSTP Radio 15. 33 is our new temperature for the Twin Cities, and the winds are still mighty brisk outside, north at 25, and gusting occasionally to about 33. Some light snow this afternoon, however, very little, if any, temperature change. We expect a high today of 38, that's for today and tomorrow, and an overnight low temperature of just 18. Currently, 33 degrees.
KSTP, St. Paul, and Minneapolis. Yeah, yeah.
Now, cut that. Get those Beatles out of here. This is Junie Christie. Too much, too much. One-note samba.
In Brazil there is a samba with a simple melody. Just one single note is sounded and repeated constantly. Well, my love is like that samba with that simple melody. Just one single steady feeling that's repeated constantly. That's the way my love is, like the sun that shines above, is ever burning, a constant fire. I will leave you never, for I know that you'll forever be returning, my great desire. So my single note's a symbol of the love I have for you, and my single note's repeated, for my love is constant too. Yes, if ever I should leave you, I would cry a while, and then I'd return to you, my true love, and my single note again.
There you go, June Christie on KSTP, the Paul J. program. You know, right now in the Twin Cities, it's Anjo pear season, time to put fresh pears in those lunch boxes for the kiddies. So pick them up. They're juicy, sweet, ripe Anjo pears, and you'll find them at all of your favorite supermarkets all around the Twin City area. 11.5 minutes now past 11. Our Twin City temperature remains at 33. Here's some comedy time for you, Bob Newhart.
I worked as an accountant for a number of years in Chicago, and I had a kind of a strange theory of accountancy. I had always felt, if you got within $2 or $3 of it,
that I'm going to let go for $1,500 a copy. Well, let me take that back a minute. The June picnic may run $17,500. And with the money that I make off of the tapes and Ms. Wilson's $100,000, I should do pretty good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There you go, a former accountant, current comedian, and a good one, Bob Newhart, KSTP. This is Cozy Cole, Cozy Beats. Yeah. Cozy Cole and Cozy Beat on KSTP, the Paul J. program. 33 degrees now in the cities, and we're going up to a high today of 38. Quite windy, and there's a chance of light snow later in the afternoon. You know, they tell me there's nothing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't. Unless, of course, it's a wife who can't and will. You know? Dig? All righty, 20 and a half minutes past 11 o'clock. Let's go downtown. Little Petula clock.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
I'm ready. Petula Clark, the little gal from England and downtown. They tell me before she was married, she played guitar, but now, so what's new? Now she just picks on her husband.
Busy America, busy America, busy making money, busy buying gadgets, busy keeping up with you know who. Is that your idea of fulfillment? Don't you wonder if there's more to life than just that rat race with no finish line? Where you get the idea you could make it all by yourself. Doesn't it get a little lonely sometimes out on that limb without him? It's a great life, but it could be greater. Why try and go it alone? The blessings you lose may be your own.
Preceding was presented by the Minnesota Church Radio Television Committee.
Okay, 25 minutes now past 11 o'clock. Our Twin City temperature remains at 33.
This is Jim Scheinman, the nighttime voice of KSTP Radio. If there's anything predictable about Minnesota winter, it's the unpredictability of it. By listening to KSTP Radio, to me or to any of my Sound of the 60s companions, you'll know the complete Twin City weather picture. By use of the most modern facilities available to the broadcasting industry, you'll be well informed. Remember, we at KSTP never do anything about the weather, but we talk about it a lot.
Okay, there you go. Green, the Sidewalk Swingers on KSTP, the Paul J. Show. 27 and a half minutes now past the hour of 11. In sports last night, the Central Pro Hockey League, Minneapolis blanked Omaha 4-0. St. Paul defeated Tulsa 5-3. Memphis over St. Louis 6-4. Now, tonight, it'll be Minneapolis at Omaha, St. Paul at Tulsa, and Memphis at St. Louis. We have a big basketball game. Our Gophers at Michigan, a very important ball game. And the Minnesota Hockey Gophers also face a large-scale problem tonight at Michigan. They lost last night 8-4. And, of course, in the state high school Catholic basketball tourney, we have two more games coming up tonight in the semifinals. It'll be Austin going against St. Cloud, Winona against De La Salle. It's 28 minutes past 11 o'clock. Here is the married man, very married indeed. Richard Burton.
Next to the KSTP NBC newsroom, news headquarters for the Northwest.
This is Don Beeler, KSTP News, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Minneapolis 2nd Ward Alderman Robert McGregor, who is a clergyman, made a citizen's arrest last night. McGregor said that he was forced into a car at 4th and Hennepin by two women. McGregor said the women took him to the Kennesaw Hotel on West 14th Street in Minneapolis and propositioned him. McGregor said that he managed to escape the room and call the Morrow Squad. Police identified the two women as 24-year-old Janice Young and 35-year-old. The barometric pressure, 29.99 and rising slowly. Relative humidity, 72%. Winds northerly at 25 miles an hour with gusts to 33. Skies are partly cloudy. In the Twin Cities at the moment, it's 33 degrees. This is Don Beeler, KSTP News, St. Paul, Minneapolis. Next regularly scheduled news at noon.
Hi there. Herbie Alpert. Oh, there you go, Herbie Alpert, the Tijuana Brass Band on KSTP. The Paul J. Show. Okay, we have 21 minutes now before high noon. Our Twin City temperature remains at 33.
Bingo! Here is your chance to play bingo at home. Dan Allen and Jane Johnston will co-host KSTP Bingo at 11:05 a.m. Monday through Friday, beginning Monday, March the 15th. We will play the popular Blackout Bingo for $20 a game. All you have to do to play KSTP Bingo is ask for your free bingo card at any city service station displaying the KSTP Bingo banner. Only one bingo card may be requested on each visit, but you may stop in to ask for a KSTP Bingo card as often as you wish, and no purchase necessary. If you would like to join Dan and Jane at the KSTP studios for coffee and fun playing bingo, write for tickets to Bingo KSTP Minneapolis, St. Paul. Remember to bring your KSTP Bingo cards with you. Don't forget your KSTP Bingo cards are available at any city service station displaying the KSTP Bingo banner. Just stop in and ask the attendant. Let's play bingo Monday through Friday at 11:05 a.m. with Dan Allen and Jane Johnston beginning Monday, March the 15th on KSTP Radio 15. Brought to you by your city service stations where the big gallon and big service make the big difference.
Yeah. Thank you, Charlie Bush. Thank you very much. It's going to be a good show. I know one lady who didn't know a B-17 was an airplane until about a week ago. Hey now, John Cash. That's Johnny Cash on KSTP Radio 15, the $1 Million Monotone. We have 16 and a half minutes now before noon. Our Twin City temperature remains at 33.
KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Well, it's the weekend, and do this, neighbor. Don't be caught at loose ends the next time unexpected company drops by for a visit. And this could very likely happen this weekend, so prepare right now to give them a red carpet welcome. Set a supply of Greenbelt beer to cool in your refrigerator. Now, this is the perfect way to say howdy when your friends drop by, and the perfect way to show off your good taste. Greenbelt brewers start with perfect brewing water, the wonderful water of their own diamond wells. And then the magic of perfect brewing skill adds honest beer flavor. So go ahead, try the perfect beer yourself, and get a preview of the red carpet welcome that you'll be serving your guests. Pour a Greenbelt into a glass and see the light, lively, diamond-clear, sparkling goodness. Sip it, taste it. Brewing perfection. So get ready to welcome your guests with perfection. Set some Grain Belt in 12-ounce bottles into your refrigerator and buy a case. Do it today in the 12-ounce bottles. Grain Belt, Diamond Clear, perfect beer. This is Hank Mancini and the Peter Sellers flick, A Shot in the Dark. Oh, my. What a great sound. That's Henry Mancini and A Shot in the Dark on KSTP, the Paul J. Show. What do we have now? 12 and a half minutes before noon, and our Twin City temperature remains at 33.
Try something different for a change.
Turn to Salem, you'll enjoy that springtime taste. Turn to Salem, for a taste that's springtime fresh.
Enjoy the largest selling menthol cigarette in America. Turn to Salem. Salem Filter Cigarettes.
Now remember this. You get not one, not two, but 3 colorful magazines with the big St. Paul Sunday Pioneer Press, and this includes TV Tab. TV Tab is one of America's best entertainment sections, and if you're not familiar with it, it gives you a full week schedule of television programs, highlights, television movies, radio, theater news, too. So pick it up tomorrow and every Sunday with the St. Paul Pioneer Press. Got it? Get it. That's Howard Roberts, the dirty old bossa nova on KSTP Radio 15. 33 degrees now in the cities, and we're only 5 minutes away from the late-breaking news at 12 o'clock, high noon.
Hear a little whistle, call for Grain Belt, the perfect beer. Treat your thirst to Grain Belt. Try the perfect beer. Grain Belt's got the perfect taste, so smooth and diamond clear. It comes from the water, the perfect brewing water. That's the start, that's the heart of the beer. From perfect brewing water comes Grain Belt, the perfect beer.
Treat yourself. Pour a little perfection into your glass. Cool your thirst with perfect beer. Diamond Clear, Grain Belt beer.
Perfect beer. Diamond Clear, Grain Belt beer.
Been a long time brewing.
33 degrees in the cities. Here's that great singer from Baltimore, Ethel Ennis.
Too close.
This is Neil Hefti. 1 minute before news. .33 degrees now in the cities. A brisk wind from the north at 25, gusting to 33. However, it's a pretty nice day. A little bit on the cloudy side, but the sun should break through later today. In the meantime, there's the possibility of light snow, but when it clears, of course, the snow flurries will diminish. Little temperature change, a high today of 38. A high tomorrow, again 38. And the overnight low temperature about 18. Have a good weekend. Count Basie, the great music factory on KSTP, the Paul J. program. They're coming to town, you know. Don't miss that. Save your money and enjoy it. 20 and a half minutes now in front of 4, and our Twin City temperature remains at 26.
Reach for the big one. Hams
Ham's the big one, the best of the better beers. Reach for refreshment. Ham's the best one, the best of the better beers. When you're looking for a beer, look up, my friend, to the land of sky blue waters, and then reach for the big one. Ham's the big one, the best of the better beer.
Nancy Wilson, how right you are. Ham's is the best of the better beers. So when you're looking for refreshment, look up. Reach for the big one. Reach for Ham's.
When you're looking for a beer, look up, my friend, to the land of sky blue waters, and then reach for the big one. Ham's the big one, the best of the better. The best of the better beers.
You know, it's Anjo pear season right now. Time for your family to enjoy Anjo pears. They're sweet, juicy, fresh, and plentiful, and available right now at your favorite supermarket, any place in the Twin Cities area.
KSTP, St. Paul and Minneapolis.
And then there was the TV star who got a divorce and won custody of the reruns. Hey, Trini Lopez.
Now was just a lad of 10. My father said to me, "It's impossible to eat."
Yeah. There's old Moneybags, Trini Lopez on KSTP. 17 minutes now in front of 4, and our Twin City temperature remains at 26. Think spring. Spring has to be on the way. Think warm.
Downtown Minneapolis, you'll find more of everything, much more of everything downtown. For shopping, eating, parking too, business or pleasure, there's more for you. Downtown Minneapolis, you'll find more of everything, much more of everything downtown. Downtown Minneapolis, you'll find more of everything, much more of everything downtown.
Say, in France, they're topping the topless bathing suit, but it's not what you think. Designers have come up with a 3-piece bikini, which includes brief panties, a transparent scarf that can be worn on the head, wrist, or the bosom, depending upon the gal's mood, modesty, or immodesty. And the third part, get this, is an eye mask to conceal the wearer's identity.
Hi, I'm Jane Johnston.
And I'm Dan Allen.
Join us daily for KSTP Bingo at 11:05 a.m. beginning Monday, March 15th.
All you need to play KSTP Bingo is a bingo card, available at any city service station displaying the KSTP Bingo banner. Only one card may be requested on each visit, but you may stop as often as you wish, and no purchase is necessary.
If you'd like to join us here at the KSTP studios for coffee and bingo, write for tickets to Bingo, KSTP, Minneapolis, or St. Paul. But remember to bring your KSTP bingo cards with you.
The popular Blackout Bingo will be played for $20 a game at 11:05 in the morning, Monday through Friday, beginning Monday, March 15th.
That's KSTP Bingo, brought to you by your city service stations where the big gallon and big service make the big difference.
Thank you, people. Thank you very much. It's going to be a good show. Pick up those cards now, and good luck. Say, if you like a 12-string guitar, this should be your cup of tea. Billy Strange and the old Wabash Cannonball. Mercy, that's a darling, too. That's the Wabash Cannonball on KSTP Radio 15. We have 13 and a half minutes now in front of 4 o'clock. Our Twin City temperature remains at 26.
Busy America, busy America. making money, busy buying gadgets, busy keeping up with the you-know-who.
Is that your idea of fulfillment?
Don't you wonder if there's more to life than just that rat race with no finish line? Where'd you get the idea you could make it all by yourself? Doesn't it get a little lonely sometimes out on that limb without him? It's a great life, but it could be greater. Why try and go it alone? The blessings you lose may be your own.
Preceding was presented by the Minnesota Church Radio Television Committee.
If you think old soldiers fade away, by golly, try getting into your old uniform. Currently in the Twin Cities, 26 degrees. Now, let's turn our thoughts to warmer climes, to the city by the bay, San Francisco.
It only takes a tiny corner of
Going to be a big, big star. Vicky Carr on KSTP.
Oh, treat your thirst to grain out. Try the perfect beer. Grain Belt's got the perfect taste, so smooth and diamond clear. It comes from the water, the perfect brewing water. That's the start, that's the heart of the beer. From perfect brewing water comes Grain Belt, the perfect beer.
Prove it to yourself. Grain Belt is perfect beer. See the diamond clear sparkle in your glass. Taste the smoother, honest beer flavor of Grain Belt. Perfect beer.
So give a little whistle, call for Grain Belt, the perfect beer. Diamond clear, Grain Belt beer.
Been a long time brewing.
Well, the old reliable has done it again, and you can prove it to yourself that Grossman Chevrolet is the Twin Cities' #1 Chevrolet dealership, and they're offering you excellent service day and night. A mutual finance plan tailored to fit your needs, and of course bargain prices too. So remember the old reliable, Grossman Chevrolet, 1304 East Lake Street, Minneapolis. It's comedy time now on the Paul J. program, and let me preface the bit by saying this. A few years ago, a certain committee made an investigation of the FBI's infiltration of the Communist Party in this country. And they found out, in essence, that so many FBI agents were in the party that they were virtually supporting it. So with that in mind, here is the committee from San Francisco and a routine.
clean up the air everywhere.
Ha ha. Very nice. The weather shape up for the city's fair, cold, and windy today. The winds will diminish late tonight. A high temperature of 40. Currently, it's 30. This is the big fat horn of Don Goldie. And a great tune, Academy Award winner, Tammy. Yeah. Well, that moves us around to 20 minutes beyond 7 o'clock. Our Twin City temperature at 30 degrees. It'll go up to a high today of 40. As you heard moments ago on KSTP Radio 15, Neil Armstrong and David Scott have arrived back at Cape Kennedy at their launching site, and they'll be giving space agency officials a detailed account of their brush with disaster during the flight of Gemini 8. Officials are trying to determine just what happened when the capsule whirled out of control while linked to the Agena satellite. Armstrong and Scott are scheduled to remain at the Cape over the weekend, and then they'll fly to Houston late Monday for another 6 days of debriefing and reunions with their families. Now, in regard to any late-breaking developments, you'll hear them right cheer on KSTP.
KSTP.
Good morning. This is that elusive butterfly.
You might wake up some morning to the sound of something moving past your window in the wind. Catch the fleeting glimpse of
Jimmy Haskell on Radio 15, 23 past 10.
If your home is your castle, but it looks a bit frayed, then you have the combination for our cavalcade. All it takes is a phone call and we'll come to your aid in the big First Federal Improvement Crusade.
Say, tell me about First Federal's Improvement Crusade.
First Federal of Minneapolis is ready to give you a low-cost home improvement loan on most anything that will improve your house or lot.
How about rates?
Lower than you'd think for landscaping, combination windows and doors.
Yes, we need all of that.
Patios, modernizing kitchens, baths, redecorating.
We need those too.
Sure sounds like your husband has let your house get into serious disrepair.
Oh, that George. Say, do you have any kind of a crusade for improving husbands?
Join the big crusade. All you do is phone. Call First Federal Savings and Loan.
Dial 333-0423.
All righty. Thank you kindly. 46 degrees in the cities. Our KSTP Bargain Bar Days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week at the Bloomington Super Value, 9803 Nicollet Avenue, Minneapolis. And register to win a new Betty Crocker picture cookbook. You'll receive top quality for every food dollar. There's free parking, ample parking. So make it a must to stop and shop at the Bloomington Super Value, 98th and Nicollet, Minneapolis, a KSTP Feature Foods member. From jolly old England, Petula Clark. Go, baby.
My love is warmer than the warmest sunshine, softer than a sky. And there is nothing in this world that can ever change my love.
I can't wait. You see, I'm in a hurry to catch emphasis from New York. It's 28 beyond the hour of 10, and our Twin City temperature a pleasant 46. And this is KSTP Clear Channel Radio serving you from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Coming right back in 5 minutes with Ray Conniff and Martin Denny. Stay close.
NBC Emphasis. What's new? This is Barbara Walters.
I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day.
Harry Belafonte first introduced that great song, Jamaican Farewell, on Radio 15 by Ray Conniff. Hardly kite flying weather today. We have a rather small breeze now from the east at 8 miles per hour. Got out there yesterday during the good winds and flew a couple of kites, really, and enjoyed it. Picked up a bit of a cold, but enjoyed it nevertheless. Right now, the city's 46 degrees, cloudy, occasional rain tonight. And tomorrow, little if any temperature change, the high today in the 50s.
KSTP, St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Probably the most misunderstood and most common symptom of human distress is a fever. And boy, do we have it going around the country right now. The subject of fevers is examined in detail in an article called When Someone in Your Family Has a Fever. It'll be found in the April issue of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Any fever raises three basic questions. Number one, what does the fever mean? Two, when should you call a doctor, if at all? And three, what, if anything, should you do about it? There are, of course, no cut and dried answers, but this article presents some reasonable guides. Different types of fevers are discussed at length, including recurring fevers, in adults the most dangerous of all, which may be signaling serious illness, tuberculosis, or cancer. So don't miss When Someone in Your Family Has a Fever in the April issue of Better Homes and Gardens, and it's on sale right now. Another article of interest in this issue features floor plans and pictures of a moderately priced house designed by the editors. So pick up your copy soon. Better Homes and Gardens. This is Denny. Call me. Just be careful what you call me. That's Call Me, Martin Denny on Radio 15. 19 minutes before 11 o'clock, our temperature remains at 46. Today, March the 21st, the St. Petersburg Festival of States begins in Florida. It's Farmer's Day. It's the first day of spring in Afghanistan, and I know you're all choked up about that. On today's date in 1685, the German composer Johann Sebastian Bach was born, and in 1790, Thomas Jefferson of Virginia became the first U.S. Secretary of State in George Washington's cabinet. A few of the highlights on this day in history. Tonight. Heck of a tune. The accent is on melodies old and new with a dash of comedy tonight on the Andy Williams Show, 8 o'clock on Channel 5. Andy welcomes Pat Boone, comedian Dick Shawn, for an hour of songs and fun, so enjoy it. The Andy Williams Show in lively color tonight at 8 o'clock on KSTP TV, Channel 5. Okay?
I chase the bright elusive butterfly of love.
That's Bobby Lind, the elusive butterfly. 15 minutes in front of the hour of 11 o'clock, our Twin City temperature at 46. It'll be cloudy, a chance of rain later tonight and tomorrow, and little, if any, temperature change. The high today in the 50s and the overnight low 35. Well, a special sports disease is gripping the state of Minnesota this week, and it's called high school basketball tourney fever, and it's highly contagious, especially among the kids. The fever will rise on Thursday when the regional champs start play at Williams Arena, and will reach its highest fever pitch on Saturday, the day the new champion will be decided. In the first round games, it'll be Duluth East against Ada, Hutchinson against Mounds View, Blooming Prairie, the sentimental favorite because it's the smallest entry into the tourney this year, and I believe that they have never been into the tourney before. Blooming Prairie will take on Henning, and Wyndham against Edina Morningside. You'll hear more about it on Radio 15. Here's an interesting version of a Petula Clark tune by Tony Hatch, Round Every Corner. Okay, that's rather nice, a rather hippie version of Round Every Corner, written and composed and played for you by Tony Hatch. We expect Jane Johnston around a little bit later this hour, 11 minutes before 11 right now, and our temperature at 46. Recently, NSP got a big surprise. They asked all the people in this area who have whole house electric heat what they thought of it. The results, 82% said we'd do it again. Now, NSP has known for years that appreciation and acceptance of electric heat has grown enormously. But for 82% of the people who have electric heat to give it an unqualified vote of confidence, well, do you realize that surveys show that even the highest quality makes of automobiles don't have anywhere near an 82% loyalty support from their owners? It's fantastic. The people who live with electric heat, the people who should know, say by an 82% majority that electric heat is worth it. If you've heard about electric heat, and let's say you've been a little bit skeptical, ask somebody who has it. Chances are 82 out of 100 will say it's worth it. Why don't you look into flameless electric heat and bring your life up to date today? NSP.
KSTP, St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Long John Cash.
There once was a musical troupe.
That's Johnny Cash on Radio 15. And right now we have lovely Jane Johnston with us. And hello there.
Good morning, Paul.
This is kind of a new experiment, folks. We're sitting in two different studios, and
Yes.
I've never done this before. Have you?
Well, with Dan, when I come in and talk to Dan, but it's the first time.
Yeah.
It's sort of lonely.
Yes, it is. I kind of miss being in the same room. I don't know. There's something about immediate proximity or something, and talking with a person.
Did
So,
you
go ahead.
hear us this morning when I was talking to Steve about the new book out, the biography of David Sarnoff?
Just barely. I was walking in and through a couple of studios here, and I really didn't catch much of what the book is all about. So why don't you recap it a little bit?
Well, sounds as though it would be a very interesting book because it tells how radio was conceived, and of course General Sarnoff thought of radio in 1915. He predicted it. He's made many predictions, as a matter of fact, and most of them have come true. And people thought he was crazy, of course. You know, if you heard one fellow whom they hired to make a survey said that, forget it, that David Sarnoff was he'd lost his mind and it would never come about. Radio in the home.
Yes.
And, of course, we all know that wasn't true. But he's made some other predictions now for the future. By the way, he's 75 years old, and he has now made other predictions.
Do you have them
for
there?
our future.
Let's hear them.
And, before I tell that, though, do you know the year that radios were first installed in automobiles? I thought you might enjoy
In
that.
automobiles. Experimental or really in use?
Really in use, installed in them.
Oh, this is just a guess, 39?
31.
31?
Yes. But Sarnoff predicted radios in motor cars as far back as 1922.
Fantastic.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
And he also predicted walkie-talkies at the same time, 1922.
Of course, that's a real practical use. And, if my memory serves me correctly, he caught the SOS of the Titanic. Or was it the Lusitania? No, it must have been the Titanic. And he was on top of, was it the Empire State or some building in New York? And he relayed all of this information. And I believe this is where he really got all of his notoriety.
I
and then went on
suppose,
from
yes.
there to, really blossom out and take over in the radio and broadcasting business.
Well, he's one of the greats.
True.
He, this prophecy that was ran in an article in 1949, when television, of course, was really in, said that radio was doomed. And then to quote, within 3 years, the broadcasting of sound or ear radio over giant networks will be wiped out. Powerful network television will take its place, unquote. Well, of course, that was wrong. In fact, a recent poll found that radio is the preferred source of news in the daytime.
Well, I don't think there's anything that can compare with the speed.
And in the same poll, ranking in popularity, in daytime news popularity, were television, newspapers, and magazines, in that order. This is for news.
Newspapers, magazines, fourth. Yeah.
Well, now here's what he predicts
All right.
For our future. He predicts that very soon all forms of communications, that's voices, pictures, telegraphs, and printed words, will be able to pass at the same time through the same kinds of equipment in the form of electronic impulses. And He says today's console and table model furniture may be displaced by an all-purpose television screen mounted on the wall, and it would be coupled to a sound system and a high-speed electronic printer. Imagine. And this means, of course, that the major channels of news, information, and entertainment in the home will be a single system that combines all the separate electronic instruments.
Which makes sense.
Yes, it certainly does if it happens. And within 5 to 10 years, he says, our homes will receive radio and television programs transmitted regularly by means of satellites in outer space. And this, even the most backward and illiterate little villages in the poorest countries will also get this.
That's great.
He says within 5 to 10 years. That should do a lot for those people, shouldn't it?
Certainly should, yes.
How's our time?
We're all right. We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Well, actually, that's just some of what he predicts. The book is a biography. It's just called David Sarnoff by Eugene Lyons. It's published by Harper & Row if anyone would like to buy it. I don't know how much it costs.
I'm a big book collector. I belong to about 3 book clubs right now. And I'm certainly going to pick it up because I'm sure it's... for anybody who's in the business connected in any way, I'm sure it'll be a great book.
Yes, well, it's bound to be. Well, this year he's 75, and it's his 60th anniversary in radio.
60th?
Since he was 15, he's been involved in radio.
My. Isn't that something?
Started with Marconi, with the Marconi Company.
I talked with Mr. Hance here at KSTP, and of course he's one of the pioneer people in broadcasting also. And he mentioned that I believe he was a radio operator on some kind of vessels about the same time that the Titanic sunk.
Oh.
And of course he was very familiar as a result with what had actually taken place, and I'm sure has met and knows General Sarnoff quite well.
And he also knows radio very well.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, that's great. Gee, I look forward to getting that book.
Yes, I am too. I'm looking for... I just have a sort of review on it. I don't have the book itself, but I want to read it.
It may not be off the presses as of yet, then.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is off,
It is off the presses.
Oh, good.
It's ready.
And what's new and exciting in your life?
Not too much.
Very good.
I'll see you later, Paul.
All right. Bye. Twin City temperature, 46 degrees at 10 o'clock. This is KSTP, Clear Channel Radio from Minneapolis and St. Paul. We have the news next in sound and then more music on The Dan Allen Show, 11 o'clock.
This is NBC News, the Court on Obscenity.
NBC Radio News on the Hour, brought to you by Schick.
Schick Super Stainless Steel Blades with the new Super Krona Comfort Edge.
Now, here is Herbert Kaplow.
A 5-year prison term was upheld by the Supreme Court today for the publisher of Eros magazine convicted under a federal obscenity law. It was a 5-4 decision, Justice Brennan writing the majority opinion, saying publications